Good morning, afternoon, and evening, everybody. My name is miahtheking, and instead of a joke for this video, I've got an announcement. I've decided to change some things up on my channel, make it a little bit more mature, with a bit more effort put into it. Let me know what you think of the changes. These are now called Royal Court Reviews. Since my name is miahtheking, it works. I've got a new banner on my channel and a new profile picture. Look at that beard! Now that's manly. But anyway, you're not here for that. You're here for the glorious, the amazing, the once-in-a-lifetime experience of Baldur's Gate 3. Now, I know, this game has been talked to death and everyone is talking about it. Well, if everyone is talking about it, then doesn't that also include me? Except I'm not, but I'm fixing that now. So, anyway, let's dive right into this. Developed and published by Larian Studios, first released in early access in 2020 and just recently released fully finished and selling for $60 American. That's right, big AAA companies. They released a game this good and are selling it cheaper than your unfinished, uninspired products. So, as always, let's go into the good and the bad, followed by my final thoughts. The gist of the story in this game is this. You're just some random person. You're abducted by mind flayers for some unknown reason, and then they put a little tadpole thingy into your eye. Super creepy and gross, got it. Now you're on a journey to get it removed from your brain before it supposedly changes you into a full-blooded illithid, a mind flayer. If you don't know what those are, then join the club. I don't really know the intricate details of the lore either, so if you don't know, then that's okay. You'll still enjoy the game. It doesn't hold your hand, but it will explain and help introduce you to the new things that you're, well, being introduced to. So, let's go on to those positives. So up first for the positives is the music. It was the first thing that hit me and the first thing that made a big old smile grow up on my face. Listen for yourself. How beautiful is that? And that's not even the best song. I mean, or at least in my opinion. The best song in my opinion is Down by the River. That plays in the background sometimes. Look it up on YouTube and listen for yourself without the distractions of the gameplay. It's majestic and iconic, but that's not all. There's also the sound effects of the game. It includes ambiance and realistic sounds that make the world come alive around you. The spells sound great too. I mean, footsteps, birds and animals in the background, people talking in the back. Here's another example of the amazing ambiance of me in a big city. But of course, that's not all. It also has some amazing freaking voice acting.
Fate spins along as it should. Dost thou require a new ally? Or mayhaps a resurrection instead?
All in all, the game's sound design is freaking top-notch perfect. I mean, that dude's voice just hypnotizes me every time I talk to him. Talk about awesome. Next up for the positives is the graphics. Look at these details. Look at the detail here. I mean, it's incredible. And if you're thinking, oh, it's just in the character creator, then you would be wrong. This level of detail is everywhere. The color contrasts, the attention to detail, the color schemes, it's all perfect. But I think what impresses me the most is the bloom effects, shadows, and lighting. It's freaking incredible. Look at how good this looks. Just keep watching this video and you're going to see more amazing graphics here. Oh, by the way, I want to add this in. If it looks a little bit choppy in the recording, I apologize. OBS sometimes has a hard time of recording gameplay footage of very good-looking games, so I tried my best. I even tried lowering the graphics to try to make it play better, but if it doesn't work, I'm super sorry about that. Up next for the positives is the gameplay. There's a lot to talk about here, so I'll try to keep it brief. You can customize your character in any number of ways, one of the best character creators I've seen, to be honest. You have dialogue options in every conversation, and every conversation will zoom in for a face-to-face conversation, rather than remaining top-down like most isometric RPGs. You can see their facial expressions, which, by the way, are very well done and almost always match the setting, situation, or dialogue. You have a plethora of different skill sets for different situations. You've got sleight of hand for pickpocketing, lockpicking, or trap disarming. You've got survival skills, which help you in dialogue or persuasion or knowledge of arcana, and about 24 more skills, all of which help you discover things in the world, detect hidden things, or be useful in conversations. But then you've got the base stat, you know, strength, dexterity, etc., and these determine other factors, mostly used during combat or world travel. The combat, for me, is turn-based, but they do have an option that allow you to make it real-time, like the classic Baldur's Gate games. I haven't tried that one yet because I'm really enjoying the turn-based one. There's also relationships. Depending on how you approach situations or how you speak to your companions, their opinion of you can lower or increase, which comes with more dialogue or a difference in dialogue or some other special moment like a tender kiss from your love interest. Mine for this playthrough is Shadowheart.
I suppose you've earned it.
And there's so much more I know I'm going to forget, and I'm not going to be able to mention all of it, but there's just too much for me to be able to try and squeeze it all into a small 10-minute or so long video, alright? The next positive, I'm going to combine a bunch of stuff to try to speed this up. The tutorial is good, teaches you simply what you need to know when you need to know it, without being too wordy or complicated. The user interface is accurate, makes sense, and is easy to understand, navigate, and control. And the length of gameplay and replayability here is insane. You can replay this game probably 3 times and do it 3 different ways, and come up with a different experience each time. I've played the game for about 50 hours, and as far as I know, I'm not even close to finishing it yet, and I love that UI. The last positive here is the price. This game is only selling for $60, when every other AAA game out there is selling for $70. Take that, bigger gaming companies. Now we know that you don't have to sell for $70, and this game is more than worth its asking price, unlike some of those others. Alright, so that's all I got to say positively about this game. Now on to the negatives, but before that, I need some help from you lovely viewers out there. I'm really trying hard and putting a lot of effort into my channel and my videos, even more so now with some of these new changes, which, by the way, those are all thanks to my younger brother. But honestly, the only way my channel really gets more popular and mainstream is if you guys out there deem me worthy and show some support. Like, comment, subscribe, and spread the word of my channel. Honestly, spreading the word of my channel is the biggest help, and I would really appreciate any and all support you deem me worthy of. Thank you. Now then, on to the negatives. Now, I wish I could say that I had a really hard time trying to find these negatives, but I didn't really. They were pretty glaring and unfortunate considering this game is so freaking well made. But here they are, although keep in mind that they are still fairly small negatives. The first is the stability. It never crashed, or my game never broke. But my game did freeze sometimes. It did give me infinite loading screens. I did have a little bit of screen tearing, and there's frame rate drops in high content areas. I mean, in this big city, my frame rate keeps dropping, and the game keeps stuttering, even if I put the graphics on low, and my computer might not be the best, but it's still pretty damn good. So this is really frustrating for me, and I hope that they can get these little bugs ironed out and, you know, these kinks cleaned up pretty quick. The next negative I have is some of the design decisions with the camp or the romance. As far as I know, my romance with Shadowheart has given me nothing, and we haven't progressed further at all since we first admitted that we liked each other. I mean, is it supposed to have benefits, or is it just window dressing? I mean, I don't mind if it is just window dressing, I'd just like to know. Also, with the camp, there's pretty much nothing to do here except sleep. Rarely you can speak to your companions, but otherwise it's just for resting. But I do like the fact that you can reclass any of your companions or yourself at any time for just 100 gold. It makes exploring and trying out different things a lot easier and more fun. But then you've got the biggest glaring problem, the lack of ability to manage your companions in camp unless they are in your immediate party. So basically what I mean here is you can have up to 4 people journeying together, you and 3 others. But those 4 are the only ones you can manage even when you're in camp. As far as I know, there's no way to manage the others without first having them in your party. And there's no way to easily switch them in and out of your party either. So you have to go up to each one manually and talk to them and ask them to, you know, someone who's in your party, ask them to leave the party and stay at camp. Then you've got to go to the other person who you want to join and ask them to join your party. And only then, after they say yes, can you manage their skills and inventory. It's the most convoluted, inconvenient design I've ever seen, I think. It's ridiculous. Just let us manage everyone when we're in camp. Why do I have to switch out party members just to trade items? It's ridiculous and badly designed in my opinion, and I really hope that they change it or make an adjustment to it. But yeah, that's all the negatives I got to say about this game. They're fairly minimal and they're only slightly annoying and only at some moments, not throughout the whole gameplay. I mean that not being able to switch and manage your people without putting them into your party is really annoying and comes up a lot, but maybe I've just become numb to it because I've had to deal with it for so long. Look, the simple fact is that this game is fantastic. This is an amazing game. If I gave out ratings, this would be a 10 out of 10. Not a perfect game because those don't exist, but a 10 out of 10 to me is as close to perfect as you can get. There are a lot of people out there talking about how this game shouldn't be used as a new standard, and I completely disagree with them. This game finally shows that you can make a great, amazing, fully fleshed out game and sell it for $60, not $70. And now those bigger AAA companies have no excuse for why they release unfinished, broken products, especially at the new price tag of $70. Don't let them trick you into thinking that it's not possible, because thanks to Larian Studios and Baldur's Gate 3, we now know that it is. Don't let them trick you into thinking $70 is an appropriate price tag, because it's not. We should hold this game to be the new standard, because this is how gaming is supposed to be. Don't let the big rich companies trick you into saying that it's just not possible or it's not feasible. Always remember Baldur's Gate 3 and the amazing quality of this game. Let it be your guiding light the next time a big company tells you that it just wasn't possible to do what you're asking them to do. As gamers, we deserve quality products. Stand up for yourselves and don't let them push their effortless games upon you. Thank you, Larian Studios, for this amazing game, and thank you for shaking the world of gaming. Obviously, I recommend this game to everyone. Everybody should play it. Everybody should spread the word about it. Everybody should enjoy this and see for yourselves the majesty and beauty that is this game. Alright, everybody? Alright, so that's all the time I got for this video. Thanks so much to everyone who decided to give it a watch. If you have any questions or concerns, please let me know in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and I can't wait to see you all again on my next adventure. So until then, I bid you all farewell.